Hey, this is Way Way, and you are tuned into The Wait Show. And Wait stands for We're All in This Together. Don't adjust. Yeah, I am short today. I just didn't feel like piling up pillows and all that stuff. I'm tired today, y'all. But you know what? It's gonna get done. Okay. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. We all know that weight stands for we're all in this together, no matter fat, skinny, race, creed, color, tired or not, you're still here. And I appreciate it. You know how we all start off with looking at our coronavirus map so that we see what's going on. And I have to give a shout out to my best friend, Felena. She lives in Lexington. We've been friends for over 20 years, I would have to say. And she took a look at the show and she said she really appreciates the COVID tracker. So I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm glad that I still do the COVID tracker, for now. I think I'll probably be doing this for a little bit until it's over with. So if you want to fast forward through this,
Mhm.
you can. But hey,
It's gonna be
it's
a long
knowledge.
time before it's over with, so we're gonna be looking at this tracker every week.
Yes. So then in the state of Kentucky, you see the total cases of 400,155. And then in Tennessee, and I gotta go over to Indiana. I gotta give my shout out to, Miss Danielle. Uh, see, she lives in Indiana. Look at the total cases there. We was just in West Virginia. Look at the total cases there. I make sure that I wore a double mask. Shout out to my carpool people that I rode with. And Texas, bless your hearts. Bless it. I know what's going on other than the total cases there in Texas, but also with
Snow
the snow and the ice storm that they have with millions of people that lost power
in
and
Texas, though.
everything else.
In
Yeah.
Texas, that's
So
crazy.
I know, right?
I don't think
So
I can remember an instance where it snowed in Texas.
not like that, and I was raised in Texas, and usually when it snowed, it usually went away the next day, or whatnot. So yeah, so definitely check out the coronavirus tracker, COVID-19 tracker, CNN.com. Y'all know that's where I love to go. All right. Get ready, get your drinks together, your snacks together, whatever the case may be. This is about to be a good show. This show is about blending families. Yes, yes, yes.
Mhm.
That was tough. It seemed like at first for me, when it came to blending families, but I thank God that, things have definitely changed in a way.
Yeah,
A lot. I would have to say it changed a lot.
blending families is kind of mm, it can be different for different families. Um, it- Ours is a little bit different. My kids don't stay here in the state of Kentucky; they live in Florida, and we have one here. My stepson Josiah, and it's different, in the earlier stages of our relationship and growing as a family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. My kids didn't really have to deal directly with the growth process, like you know what I mean. Like if they were here in the same state and they were getting to come and see us like every weekend,
Mm-hmm.
where they had to kind of that adjustment had to be like almost immediate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas in Florida, where we got them in the summertime, they kind of got to get a sample size of you like every summer,
Yeah.
so it was a bit different, but they got to know you though.
Yeah.
You spent a lot of time with them.
Yeah. And I was reading this article and it was saying like 5 ways to help I guess experience the whole blended family type of thing. So I thought it was interesting to bring to the waiters. And it says don't expect to fall in love with your partner's children overnight. I don't think that it's an overnight thing. It's never an overnight thing.
No, it's not.
I mean, not even if you marry Poppins, it's never an overnight thing. And one says find ways to experience real life together. And like you said, we have one here and two in Florida. So real life for us was getting on the road going to Florida,
Yeah, yeah.
like every year, and it was able to that was real life for us because we had to get together and go get and go see our children, that's in Florida. And then with the child that we had here, it was like pumping him up, like, hey, you're about to meet your new brother and sister, and stuff like that, So, and that's real life, because when they first got together, oh my gosh, I didn't think that it was going to work out. Like I thought, because he's the only child, and the two in Florida, they used to be in together. And like, I remember on the right way back, it was like some whatever little spat that was going on in the back, and you was just like, let it go, just leave it alone, because you kind of got to let
them figure it out.
Yeah,
they'll figure it out.
And I think that's what it was. It's like, they have to figure it out themselves, even though, how old were they? Oh my gosh.
They were still little.
Yeah, they were still
little. Middle school ages?
It was in middle school, elementary.
Middle
school, kinda. Elementary middle school, something like that.
Middle school.
Okay. So it was, yeah. I mean, they were definitely, still little, And the good thing about that, though, when it says find ways to experience real life together, we can do that because we literally have stair steps. So it's not like, no, you got to exclude the baby, or no, you got to, you know what I'm saying? And then our girl, Kiki, she lifts like the boy, literally. Okay. She just came in, sixth place, for lift in the States, for lifting, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you learn how to handle real life experience with each child. That's what I gather from that.
Yeah.
2 says, make parenting changes before you marry. I think that's a good thing to do as well, because people discipline their children different.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I've always been kind of the firm hand discipline guy, but as I've grown in age, it's been more about the tone of voice. That's normally comes from discipline, the way I carry myself posture wise, and tone of voice, you know what I mean? Like, my kids understand when I'm not happy, or if I'm pissed,
Yeah.
So that, and it shows all of my face and body language, and that just, my kids, none of my kids want to disappoint me, so if I get angry at them and I scold them, they're disappointed with themselves because I had to do so.
Yeah.
So I just, I don't know, being physical, that's something that is not necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah. If something with my stepson, he's a very, very good kid. He's low maintenance and doesn't really get into too much trouble. So if something happens, generally Miss Way or my wife will normally take him aside and say something to him. But if there's something that I need to handle with a man to man, then I do so, especially if he becomes disrespectful or something like that.
Yeah.
Then I step in.
Yeah.
Because again, he doesn't want to disappoint me.
Yeah.
So if I say something to him, or if I'm upset with him because of the way that he treated you,
yeah,
I can check him on that,
Yeah.
And it's easy. It's an easier process.
And it's kind of like, because not even with you, like with making parenting changes, or, because I had to go from single parent to kind of relinquishing some power to you to be able to, correct, Josiah, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, that was kind of hard for me, because the only one that really corrected him, either by phone or if he was able to see him, would be Jelani, you know what I'm saying? So then it was like, okay, well, how are we going to make this work so that, he understands that, like, I guess it's not like a whole lot of people correcting all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, he's kind of being ganged up on, I guess. And it's the same thing with, Malik and Kiki. You had to relinquish power to me to be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I see where you're going with this punishment or whatever the case may be. And it's okay.
If it ever gets too bad, you always say, I'm gonna tell your daddy.
Yes. Anytime it gets too bad to where I can't handle it, it's I'm gonna tell your dad, right. and that's that. And I think I really find it funny because now it's just like, when you talk to your kids, and even Taz, which is the kid's mother, she's awesome. Even with Taz and everything like that, and it gets back to me, it's like, oh, okay, you gonna tell mom away? So it's like they have like 2 moms, just like Josiah has like 2 dads. Yeah. So it's like you get it either way, but I think that we do good with as far as,
We found a
discipline and
healthy
parenting.
balance as
Yeah.
far as that. We know the character of each one of our kids, so it's
Yeah.
easy to adjust
Yeah.
to what needs to happen as far as discipline when it comes to the kids,
Yeah.
because each of them are different. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Josiah is different to discipline than Malik or Kiara.
Yeah.
Well, Malik is grown now,
Yeah.
so I mean, we got older kids,
Yeah.
so we
Still
don't.
don't mean you can't get smacked. Because my pimp hand is strong.
Tiniest pimp hand ever.
It don't matter. It's still strong. They know. Don't get too close to me in a certain situation. That's all I'm saying. They know that. But yeah, but I think making those changes and adjustments and everything like that before you marry, there's no like surprises. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that you hit kids. It's like, well, you should have discussed that. You know what I'm saying? Just going around punching kids in the face. Even though I say I will do it. Okay, I'm just saying because I fight kids sometimes. I'm just saying,
I don't know. We both grew up under grandparents.
Yeah.
And grandparents did not spare the rod
At
and spoil
all.
the child.
At all. Yeah.
So I definitely saw my share of belts.
Yeah.
Switches.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe anything that's close to him that wasn't nailed down.
Oh my gosh. My brother in Texas can tell you, testify how we used to go get switches, from the tree.
That was the worst.
And it was
grandparents make you go catch your own switch.
How you gonna go and tell me to go get something that you can beat me with?
And don't bring in the smallest switch ever.
Ever, because then you really gonna get it. Then you really gonna get it. So yes. But yeah, I think that spankings do need to come back. But I digress. Let's go to 3. Don't allow ultimatums. And when I read that, it said your kids are a new your kids or a new partner, okay, may put you in a situation where you feel you have to choose between them. Okay. Remind them that you want both sides of people in your life. You know what I'm saying? So have we been in that situation?
Not really. Our kids were a little older and set,
Yeah.
And I don't think we ever had to deal with the kids making ultimatums. Well, I don't like her, or I don't like him. Get rid of him, or I'm gonna throw a fit.
Yeah.
Because they can't really do anything. What are they gonna do?
Right.
But I don't know. As parents, you kind of gotta read into it at some point. Somewhat. If your kids don't like the person you're with, that might be a red flag.
Yeah, you got to figure out why.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to figure out if it's just the kid rebelling that you're with somebody because they don't, want you to be with anybody.
Yeah.
Or whether or not there's something really going on there, And I don't know. We discussed it in our last video where if you're vigilant when you're dating and you have those non-negotiable, check boxes in your mind as far as who you are going to be with. As long as you make sure you mark off those non-negotiables, you shouldn't have that problem with your kids.
Right.
Because you're not going to put somebody in front of your kids that you wouldn't want in front of you. First off,
Right. And I think the thing about it too for me was that I saw how you loved on your kids, even though that they don't live here in Kentucky, but you made it, personal for you to at least go see them. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is that
when they were younger.
Yeah, when they were younger.
Now
older, that they're older, they have the option to say, hey, you guys, because they have so
much stuff going on.
They do, you know.
I mean, my daughter is an athlete.
Yeah.
She's been in several sports and been good at all of them.
Yeah.
And my son, he's been about at the time he was trying to get into school and trying to keep his grades up and going to summer classes and everything. And when you make activities for the summer, it kind of neglects the other end. But as a father, I understand that they're trying to make their own way too. So as they get older, I loosened up on you got to be with me in the summertime and everything.
Yeah.
Now I miss the hell out of them.
Yeah.
But I know that they're growing up.
Yeah.
And those decisions they had to be able to make on their own.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's got to dawn on them. Hey, I haven't seen dad in a while.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and they got to make the decision to say, hey, I want to go see my dad.
Yeah.
You know, and then we can make it happen from there.
Yeah. I know that Kiki was so excited to come before COVID hit, you know,
COVID messed up
and
everything.
it did. It really
Everything.
did. So I think that, trying to find a way still to get connected to them, still even through phone and text message, there's nothing like seeing them.
Yeah.
So, but even with Josiah now, he's what, 18,
18.
and
God.
I know, right? And it's like, I don't make him spend time with me. Okay, I'm lying. I do. I make him spend time with me. I do. We have like a movie night, like once a week, just me and him or whatever, because we used to go on little dates and everything like that. Because I think that spending that one-on-one time with your kid is very important, whether they want to spend time with you or not. It's like sometimes you need that, so that you can instill some type of wisdom or some type of love, with them. That's just my opinion. So 4 says insist on respect. I don't think that was ever an issue with us.
No.
You know, it's always been a yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Because our kids are
yes,
scared
sir.
to death.
Yeah, not only of us, but of God. So, but see now, we are the hand of God in certain situations.
We don't have them. We don't have them problems.
We don't have them problems at all. Like we don't have I hate you. Get out of my face.
This is my space.
If that was the case, then we'd probably be doing a whole new Wake show talking about please cash out Way Smith so you can put money on her commissary.
The Smitty bail.
Yeah. Because we don't have them problems. Mm-hmm. We don't. We just don't. I thank God for that too.
Thank God for having kids that are receptive to how we brought them up.
Yeah.
We didn't have to deal with any of that.
Yeah.
Any of it.
Yeah.
I've had my kids be like just outwardly disrespectful to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think now is like with the boys, more so with the boys though, when I'm correcting them, like, hey, did you do this? Or hey, did you do that? Even to Leaky, when I text message him or whatever, hey, check this out, whatever, or whatever the case may be. And they talk back, and it's not like a talk back, but they're like, I did. Da, 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 da. I'm like, can you just say yes, ma'am? Can you just say yes, ma'am? Sometimes the boys always want to get the last word with me. And I think it's because, they feel like, they can kind of test the waters with me because I'm little. I think that's what it is, because they're like so much.
Today,
shut up. So that I'm a little shorter than them, so I think that they be trying to test the waters, but they still know that I'm mom away or I'm mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, but they never have just blatantly disrespected. Even when I put them on punishment, it's never been a disrespect type of reaction out of that.
Mm-mm.
So yeah. I know Josiah had a problem with you at first,
yeah, I was a little more firm than he
was used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't used to a real man, and the household other than Jay. I can't say that, because we've been through some stuff. But anyways, when it came to you, out of all the other relationships I've been in, when it came to you, you was more grounded and settled and understood, what I'm saying, that it took time to be with a kid like Josiah. You know what I'm saying? Right. So,
well, I had to learn Josiah too, and
his isms.
Deep isms.
Yeah.
But I had to learn how to speak his language. You know what I mean? Understand his body language and what he really means when he does stuff.
Yeah.
What his intentions are.
Yeah.
And it took a while.
Yeah, it did.
It took a while.
It did.
But I understand it now, though.
Yeah.
Even if people outside of our household don't get it, sometimes we know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we've been around it. You've been around it longer than me, but I've been around it a long time now.
Yeah, you have.
And I understand it now.
Yeah.
And I love him like he's my own.
Yeah.
Yeah. And be damned if somebody say something bad about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fighting time.
Right.
But,
yeah.
I don't know. I just we don't have those problems. You know, now
Mhm.
we looked up this segment to discuss with you guys because there are people out there that have these type of problems with their kids,
Yeah.
but a lot of these problems are kind of ushered in due to not having a solid foundation of discipline when
Yeah.
it comes to kids
And communication. I
and
would say that.
communication.
Yeah.
Now, my ex-wife, she instilled an open door policy with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids can come talk to her about anything,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And me the same, you the
Mm-hmm.
same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the kids understand what that open door is and they know that it's a no judgment zone when they come to us and they say, look, I want to talk to you about something.
Yeah.
And it's good to have that type of rapport with your
It
kids
is.
because kids tend to hide things like that or they
Mm-hmm.
tend to trust their friends, which probably isn't the best thing because they're their
Mm-hmm.
age and they're not going to give them sound advice
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that we have that type of policy with our kids that they can come to us about anything,
Yeah.
even down to the point when my son lost his virginity. He
Yeah.
came and was like, yeah, this happened.
You want to put that on blast
I
though?
need
But
condoms. I need them to ask me that stuff. You know, I don't know.
I understand that, but you want to put this on the weight show?
Hey, they can know. The waiters can know that kids can be like that. Kids
They
can be
can.
open enough with you.
They can.
They ain't trying to be
But I'm
grands and
just saying, you
granddads
put
in their
his
30s, are
business
they?
out there like that. I'm just saying, like, you think he
His business, he's 19.
it is his business.
He's about to be 20 this year.
And it's his business. He's go Malik.
Son, you okay?
I did not tell him to blast you.
You ain't
but,
blasted, son. You ain't blasted.
But just know who the text message. That's all I'm saying. I tried to stop it. But yeah, I mean, as far as that open door policy, though, I think
That's
that
beautiful.
it is. And the thing
That's
about it is
beautiful.
it's a blessing though. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, when Taz, she's getting married, right? So
Yep,
she's
yep.
engaged. Congratulations, Taz.
Congratulations.
That's right to you guys. And so now it's like the kids have a stepdad, a real dad, a mom, a stepmom, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it's just like, and I don't mean anything by real dad or anything. So please, nobody take offense. Y'all see how we trying to break this thing down. But the thing about it is with the open door policy, I feel like if the kids are like, oh, if I can't go to mom, I can go to mom way. If I can go to mom way, I can go to dad. If I can go to dad, I can talk to myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because everybody has their own
Family unit.
yes.
Family unit.
Yes, you know, that will give them sound advice.
Mhm.
Now, don't go to that drunk uncle that you know good and well that's not going to give you any type of advice except for the wrong one. You know what I'm saying? But in a blended family, having a good family and strong unit, I think that is the key to everything. Me, anyways.
Yeah.
And number 5, okay, this is the last one. It says limit your expectations. Okay. Meaning that you may give a lot of time, you may give a lot of energy, you may get a lot of love, a lot of money, and everything like that, and you don't feel like it's being received back, you know, from the children. And I can say that, well, what can I say? My son Malik calls me Mama Way, right?
Mhm.
My daughter Kiki calls me Miss Waynisha. See what I'm saying? But they've been knowing me the same amount of time, same love. You know what I'm saying? But one calls me Mama Way and one calls me Miss Waynisha. Now, does that mean that Kiki doesn't love me? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? But I'm okay with that. You know, at first I wasn't. I can't lie because at first I wasn't.
Got your little feelings.
It did. Because I was just like, come on, dude. Like, you know, I do a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I sacrifice a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's just like still to be called Miss Waynisha, that's kind of like a smack in the face. But for her 16th, I still gave her a diamond ring for her, you know, 16th.
For her sweet 16.
Yeah, for her 16th birthday or whatever, because I still love her. And I think that's where it says limit your expectations, because I don't expect her to be like, oh, you know, I just love you now because you gave me this or you bought me a car, you know, whatever the case may be, you know? So it's just like limit your expectations in. To me, it's like don't look for anything back except for love. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't disrespect me, we don't have no problems with that. You know, all I ask you to do is just love me.
I mean, it's in your works. Like the more seeds you put out there and plant, it's gonna come back to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they'll know over the years that you've always been there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it really started with me having the right person in my life.
Mm.
And what I mean by that, y'all, is that this was not an easy process.
No.
Like before my wife, I mean, I went through some growing pains with a couple of relationships,
Yeah, I did too.
you know, because I was in that mindset of settling because I didn't want to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wasn't checking off all my boxes, basically.
Right, right, right,
My
right.
non-negotiables. I was kind of just like,
Yeah.
they miss these two, but I'll
It's
be all right.
okay.
I can work on those.
Yeah.
No. When I finally met my match
Mm-hmm.
and I was able to check off all the boxes that I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
and lock it up as far as my non-negotiables, I'm like, all right, all of these are here now. We can move forward.
Yeah.
My kids were a little more reluctant at the beginning of this relationship because of my previous couple relationships. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want my life to become a revolving door of women,
Yeah.
and my kids see that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? No parent wants that for their kids,
They shouldn't.
mother or father.
They
You know what I mean?
shouldn't.
Right. They shouldn't.
Yeah.
They shouldn't.
Yeah.
And when I was able to, when we got married and everything, I knew that this was it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Like I said, it took years for my kids to kind of get to that happy place with Mama Way / Miss Waynisha,
Right, right, right.
that Mama Way's gonna be around.
Yeah.
And she's a good fit for Dad.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think that we as a unit
Mm-hmm.
are good for the kids.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I even have to say, even when it comes to blending families, it's not even just here in our household. Because I even have to give a shout out to like my sister Jackie. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because Jackie makes sure, that Joe or the kids, when they hear that, are included and everything. You know what I'm saying? That the
Right.
kids
Invited
are
and included
doing.
and everything.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even if she's like, look, I come get them, I'll drop them off, I'll do whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, well, wow, thanks, Jax, you know what I'm saying? And not saying that my family doesn't include, kids or whatever, but we have so many babies like on that side to where Joe is no longer, what I'm saying? Right. So not. With Jackie, he can more so relate, to those kids. So it's awesome because it does take a village. I mean, it takes a whole village, and even to piggyback, on what you were saying, I do agree that even though I am Mama Way or Miss Wayne or whatever, they know that I am here, because even now I can still text message Kiki or whatever the case may be, or let Kiki do something wrong. I still have the right to punish her. You know what I'm saying? Not punish, but, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just.
I think that over the time and your interest in the kids and everything, you've actually developed that rapport even with ex-wife. You know what I mean? And she knows that your heart is in the right place and you mean well. That you're not just doing to be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to be you want to cause positive effect in the kid's life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she knows that you're a praying mom.
Yeah.
And that you pray for the kids daily. That you text my kids more than I do.
Yeah. I do.
You text my kids more than I do.
I do. I do.
And that isn't just received by the kids, but I know she sees that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she knows that you're interested in the kid's life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that goes a long way.
Yeah.
That goes a long way.
Well, just like with Kiki, I'm supposed to be learning my colors, my primary colors, because I know my alphabets, I know my numbers. What else you asked me, Kiki? I know a lot. I just need to learn my primary colors, because after I learn my primary colors, Kiki is she's gonna teach me more sign language, because she does sign language,
Right.
So it's like getting involved in what they're interested in. If you don't show that, you're interested, or whether she's interested or not interested, she still use sign language. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So it's something that I have to get on board and learn how to do more of, especially if I want to communicate with her more, or whatnot. But
So she doesn't spend so much time trying to read your lips.
yeah, right. Like, especially wearing mask. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna read? How you gonna read lips when you got a mask
You can
off?
tell by the way your mask is jumping that you said this.
You said this. It looked like your mouth formed the word. but but yeah, so I mean it's just playing into your kids' interest and get, even if you don't like it, you have to do something to show them that you care. And I know I had five, but I think the sixth thing that I want to add is love.
Yeah.
That's the base to everything, is just love. Love covers a multitude of sins. I mean, meaning that any wrong that you feel that your children have done, either your children or stepchildren or whatever the case may be, to where it's like I'm just done with them, you can still love them. You know what I'm saying? Like you can love them to be right, if that makes sense. Because if you show them, because nowadays kids are not from the do as I say, not as I do era, back when we was growing up, they're more of let me see you do it. Let me see you show love.
Yeah.
Let me see you give. Let me see you show some interest. And then I can kind of reciprocate, It's like the generations have just really changed to me. Anyways, that's my opinion.
Our generation was the best.
Was it?
It was the best. We knew.
Yeah.
We knew.
Yeah.
And we didn't question.
Yeah.
Like as far as being raised by old school parents, we knew. There was no question about whether they loved us or not.
Yeah.
There was no question about what was coming
if
we disrespected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you would be nervous all the way home. You already knew what was going to happen.
Let school call the house and you walking home.
God.
Longest walk ever.
Ever. You stop and try to tie your shoe a couple of times just to try not to get home in time, but don't be too late. Because don't make them have to come find you. Yeah, we got some get right back in the day.
My goodness.
So yeah. But I think that's what shaped and formed us to be the parents that we are now, and a lot of people say, oh, I'm new parents. Guess what? I'm new too. I've never had how old are they? Like what, 16, 17, and 18? Or 17, 18, and 19. Yeah. So I'm new to that too. I'm new to that, but it's all well though. I think we're doing good.
Yeah. That's easier now because they're getting grown.
Yeah.
They're not in that stage where we need to like help them along as much now because they've figured quite a bit of it out now.
Yeah.
And we're just kind of there to fill in the blanks here and there.
Yeah.
Whereas earlier on, we had to like pretty much pick them up and help them along.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
And I like to even add out to like when we was talking about like as they grow or whatever, before we got married, we was talking about how do we look at when they turn 18, how do we look at our kids when they turn 18? Because I hear a lot of people say, I'm 18 and done. I'm done at 18. They get out, they graduate.
No.
I know a lot of people like that, but I know that I made it very strong and clear that I'm not kicking none of my kids out at 18. At 18, like you do not have to go. Now you have to work or you have to go to school. You know what I'm saying? You have to be productive. You're not about to sit here and make beats in my basement until you're 23. That's what you're not going to do.
You might start seeing army brochures on the pillow before they go to bed. Just saying.
I'm just saying, you're not making beats at 30 in my basement. That's what you're not going to do.
No.
I mean, I'm just saying. So I think that.
But as long as you're ambitious.
Yeah.
As long as you're pursuing something in your life that you have passion for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just laying around the house eating up everything. And not contributing.
Yeah.
That's my only thing.
Yeah.
I'm not in the mindset as a parent of putting my kids out when they turn 18.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like to say that, my kids are always welcome, to be in my home, as long as they're doing right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
As long as they're respectful.
As long as they're respectful. It ain't no, hey, woman, where's my breakfast? You know what I'm saying? It ain't none of that going on. Clearly, not at all,
Ain't no bringing your boot to the crib and smashing the house either.
Oh, no. Ain't none of that.
Not now.
Ain't no smoking weed all up in the bathroom, trying not to smell and everything. Respect. It's respect. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You won't do all that, then you can get your own place. You have that option. But I think that we as a people, I really do say this, that I think we make a grave mistake by just kicking them out when they're 18 and
Right.
not allowing them to come back,
Kind of how kids end up messing up their credit and everything else
Yes.
early in their life.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you give them that stepping stone of being able to know that they have you there,
Mm-hmm.
and they can stay until they get on their feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll have kids that are less likely to really mess up or damage their credit that early in their life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then parents have to kind of coach them as far as that too.
Right.
I didn't have that.
Right. I love my Aunt Linda. I North Carolina, I love her
Uh-huh.
because she's always said that, I tell my daughter, which is Faith, she's like, yeah, you're gonna have freedom, all right. You're gonna be so free that you tell them dumb. I like that because they think they can get out here and do whatever it is. It's more than that than being grown. So I'm glad that we're able
When they
to,
start getting them bills in the mail
yes,
with their name on them,
right. So I'm
it's a
glad we're
different animal.
able to shape our kids the way that we're able to shape them. So, as we come to a close, this is kind of quick, talking about blended families, kind of cool. Just don't forget that you can always go to thewaitshow.com, and here you can see my homepage. You can also see the weight shows that have already been posted and that will be posting. As you can see here as today, it's the one about us. And the helpguide.org is where I got that list from. And also, don't forget, you can also contact us. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also on YouTube. And don't forget to check out the Men in Hearts group every Saturday at 7:30. And that's the number here. Anytime you want to call. And like I said, the Mending Hearts group then turned into a mind nutrition class. I might have to have this changed to the mind nutrition class because it's really shaping the way that we look at our lives now, and do things different. And I think that's a good point with that, because not only are we trying to make our lives different, but the people around us as well. So even when it comes to blended families, sometimes you have to think of what is it that I'm doing that where, so and so don't.
It's a subclass of weight.
Yes.
That's what the Men in Hearts is.
It's a subclass. That's cool. However you want to put it. But it's cool though. I think,
and it's beneficial.
Yeah, on the line, do benefit from it, from what they tell me. They keep coming back. So hey, no complaints about that.
Whether they speak or not.
Yeah.
They're on the line to hear and receive something.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's just awesome. So don't forget to check that out. But we love all your emails and your comments and everything like that, all your messages on this guy right here. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. We got one more show.
We do.
Thank you, Jesus. We got one more show. Y'all just don't understand what we do together. To get here, and I'm being honest. I'm being honest, and I've always been honest with all of my waiters and my viewers and everything like that. It takes a lot, to get here. We had a little tiff before this even started. That's why you probably don't hear a lot of kiki and ha-ha-has. Let's just be honest, you know what I'm saying? But we got through it, so that's all that matters, because we are a family.
Indeed.
We lift each other up, and we try to do the best of our ability, even if we do have attitude, it's okay. We still do it.
Look, yeah, I ain't got no attitude.
The best of our ability. So, but thank you so much, waiters. Thank you for the support and the love. And we will hopefully figure out our next topic by Wednesday after we go through our emails and see what you all think. Don't forget, you can always email us at thewaitshow@gmail.com.
This is gonna be fun. This will be interesting.
It will be, right? So we might do it live. See how that works.
Ain't gonna be Do Benevolence Part 2.
No, it's not gonna be Do Benevolence. No. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and we love y'all. And from the Smitties, we out.